Hello and welcome to my first C# console tutorial. In this video, we'll be covering how to make a simple enemy combat script that will let you first set your settings for player HP, player attack, enemy HP, and enemy attack, and maybe some extra features such as player potion count, which will let you heal. How this game will work is it will start you off after setting your settings, and then until you die, you will fight, and once you die, the game ends. So let's get right into it. First, let's start off with a simple title screen. We'll just create a right line and we'll have it type out simple combat, and then another right line. Press any key to play. Let me bring it to your attention that I will be using static system.console. This will allow me to, instead of writing console.writeLine, I can instead simply write writeLine, and I can be done with that. If you are not going to use system.console, just make sure to put console dot before you write these. Thank you. Now to press any key to play, it will wait for you to input a key with read key, and we'll just make it clear the screen of all text. So there's the simple title screen. Once we get that, we're gonna have it ask us to input our player we're gonna have it input our player settings and enemy settings. So we're going to make it put right line, set your player HP, semicolon, and then this is what we'll have to do next. Int player HP equals convert dot to int 32 parentheses read line parentheses, and then put a semicolon at the end of that. This will convert your string, which is read line, to an integer. You may have noticed that there were different options like int 16, int 32, and int 64, which, if I'm remembering correctly, uh, simply decides how much memory it should take. In the comments, if I'm wrong, please tell me what it actually does. I believe it just stores more data the bigger it is. Now we're gonna have it set your player attack. So we'll type set your player attack stat, or just attack. And then we're gonna have another thing similar to this. So we'll just copy this and paste it here. Player attack equals convert.toInt32 read line. Now we can copy this all again and make it for the enemies. So right line, set your enemy HP, set your enemy attack, and enemy HP and enemy attack. Now that's your simple thing. What you're going to want to do now is while player HP is greater than 0, colon, or not, curly brackets to have this loop run. While your player HP is greater than 0, so it'll play until you are dead. It'll type, say, now we're going to put in another loop. While enemy HP, oh sorry, messed up that. HP is greater than 0. There we go. While the enemy HP is greater than 0, we're going to have it so that way you attack and then it attacks. So, actually, let's put a clear here right before there. That way it's ready and nice and neat. Right line in here. Press any key to hit the enemy, and then we'll put a read key to wait for a key pressed, and it'll set enemy HP minus, or wait a minute, yeah, enemy HP minus equals player attack. So what that'll do is it'll subtract player attack from enemy HP. So say you had 20 HP on your enemy and your attack was 5, it'll leave your enemy HP at 15. Uh, and then what you're going to do next is it's going to write that the enemy has hit you. The enemy hit you. And then it'll change your HP, player HP, minus equals enemy attack. This will do the same as enemy HP minus equals player attack, except it will subtract your health instead from the enemy. It'll subtract your health with the enemy's attack by the enemy's attack. Okay. So yeah, it will repeat that until it is dead, at which point or at which point it'll say defeated the enemy. Clear. Actually, wait, no. After this, we're gonna want to right line. No. Sorry about all that. You're only gonna want the enemy to attack you if the enemy's HP is greater than 0 as well. I don't know why, but it completes the entire loop even if this condition is met in the middle of it. It's something I still have to learn. But a simple fix is to put if enemy HP is greater than 0, then it'll execute this code. Otherwise, if the enemy HP is less than 0, then it'll say defeated the enemy right here. Because after the enemy is dead, it'll say, after the enemy is dead, you want it to say that the enemy has been defeated. So the enemy's been defeated, and we can write for it to say, would you like to fight it again? Or no, press any key to fight again. And then we'll have it wait for a key press with read key again. So this is a simple loop. Let me think for a second here. All player HP equals that. Yes, so I think after every turn we should have it so that way it clears the screen, so that way it just looks neater. So it'll clear that, and it'll clear this. Or here. Yeah. We'll have this. Okay. Well, this simply, now that I see it, it only works once, how I've structured it. So we'll just have it do that. Or, yes, we'll have it do that. It's a simple loop. Or hold on. Oh gosh, okay. Press any key to fight again. Since that's setting that. Okay. So I've made a mistake here. We're gonna want to make that base enemy HP and base enemy attack. That way we can reuse this. We will set the, or actually no, you don't need to do base enemy attack. Sorry. So it'll set the enemy HP each time you want to refight it, it's setting it automatically to this. Enemy int enemy HP equals base enemy HP. So now what it'll do is it'll take the base HP that you set it to, and it'll reset the enemy HP to that. That way you can infinitely fight this, or I say infinitely, I mean until you die, but yeah, does that. And we want it so that way when the player dies, it says that it says you've died, and I think that will be a nice finisher to our code. Right line, you were defeated. Uh, and then press any key to exit. And then read key, and there's our exit. So yeah, this simple script lets you, it has a title screen, it lets you set your stats and your enemy stats, and then as a simple battle loop for fighting the enemy until it dies and you can refight it, or until you die and then the game ends. I'm sure uh, you can simply add some extra mechanics like healing. You just need to do something similar with this, and it'll set how many enemy or how many potions that you have, and a simple way to use them. Sorry for the short moment of no audio. There was my mic stopped working unexpectedly. Um, Now back to it. You can simply, I'm sure that you can on your own put in a potion script. You just need to make a small short script here for right about here. You'll replace it with make an action like, and it'll have you read read line for 1 or 2, and it'll make a choice based off of that. But yes, this simple script lets you fight an enemy, and yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I think that'll be all for today. Until next time, uh, this has been Simply Put, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.